To start the day each morning with these eagles is probably the thing I'm most grateful for. These eagles are very powerful. We believe they're our messengers, help carry our prayers to the Creator. So I always want to come out here with good energy and to be humble by what we have here, and I am every day. We're really fortunate enough to be able to see the sun come up and the sun set with these eagles. And if I can share a little piece of that world with people, that's what it's all about for us. We are at our location here in Shawnee, Oklahoma. We are right down from the North Canadian River in an old pecan grove. So it's a beautiful space for our eagles to be surrounded by, a peaceful area where they can live out their days.
The idea of rescuing injured eagles was just, we thought, a wonderful idea, and there were very few facilities around. And the whole religious significance of the eagle to the tribe obviously was our first consideration.
Actually, our self-governance, our tribal officials, and all of our legislature, our chairman, was involved in this process.
Self-governance plays an important role in heritage and culture and bringing that to the nation.
We are the 8th largest tribe in the United States with almost 39,000 members now.
Our tribe has a rich history where we originated from the Great Lakes regions and came down to Kansas and was a former reservation in Kansas and then on to Oklahoma. We became a self-governance tribe. We started that process in about 1996, and I believe we actually became self-governance in 1998, but it has meant all the difference in the world to us. The Eagle Aviary is such an important part of CPN. And we have the greatest people that run the Eagle Aviary, Jennifer and Bree, and they have really started the Eagle Aviary, and they're still here today.
We actually were going to art school, both of us. Our mother decided she was going to go back to school with us and get her degree in psychology. She had a really passion for working with the tribe and the youth and the reintroductory program. So she graduated in May of 2007. And we suddenly lost her in July. And we were not doing well with our grief. I didn't know how we were going to carry on. We quit school. But our tribe, the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, presented our family with a eagle feather. And that single material connection to the Creator, that gesture, changed our entire lives. So as I held that eagle feather through her service, we decided we were going to go to eagle watches all over the United States to deal with our grief. There was one up in North Oklahoma on Call Lake, and an individual was given a presentation, and he was emotional, talking about 37 eagles that had lost their life, just that he knew of. So we're sitting in a big room of about 200 people, and he's calling Native people out. He said, if anybody should step up, we should. We should take care of these eagles. And so we waited in line after that presentation to talk to him, and he explained to us that day. He said, tribes don't always say yes, keep trying. It's a big commitment. An eagle in a captive environment, taken care of, can live well over 50 years.
We set out to try to secure funding. We weren't successful the first time. Fish and Wildlife Service tribal wildlife grants are very hard to come by. They're highly competitive, limited funding. So we knew that going in. Eyes wide open, we applied again. We took our comments, constructive criticism, and reapplied in 2009 for an award in 2010. At minimum, we were looking at, $400,000 for construction and startup operations for the aviary.
The government of the tribe decided that it was a worthwhile objective and dedicated money to it, and we were able to get some federal help along with that. We went to visit the other eagle aviaries, and we asked, what's the biggest health problem that you have with your eagles? And they said, splinters. The federal government was adamant about the fact that no metal and no artificial products could get where the birds could touch it, so everything had to be made out of wood. And so it seemed to me that we put nylon netting and a framework strong enough to support it, and that be the contact point for the birds with its enclosure. And we built the first of the eagle aviaries the way this one is designed down here. Interestingly, after the federal government, the Eagle Repository in Colorado Springs, once they took a look at our design, they realized that this was the solution to a lot of those tribes that had aviaries problems. And so our design has become the standard, I think, now.
Every tribe would benefit from having a facility like this, but every tribe is going to handle it a little different. We had some incredible people help us out and come before us that have facilities. And so with the help of the Comanche Nation, we just drew this little picture on a sticky note. We really wanted to get that round because it represents our prayer circle and our powwow grounds. So this was literally what we started with, was this little sticky note. A couple of other sketches went into action here, but and it really came out almost exactly how we envisioned it. Just really important to have that cultural significance into the build of this facility as well. And so that was the number one goal of this facility. The second goal is to reconnect our people to Living Eagle, to let people come and sit right out here and be able to breathe the same air these eagles are breathing. You know, some of our people have never been this close to an eagle, or maybe never been able to sit and pray with an eagle. I don't want to ever bring any bad energy down here with these eagles or these feathers. Of course, it's really hard to have a bad day around here, but I just want to make sure that we're good. And I'm able to do that with these eagles out there. Many times I can have my morning coffee with these eagles, so I am so grateful. It's been an honor for me that they know who I am. They recognize me, they recognize my sister and associate, so they definitely recognize people. You know, if you think about eagles out in the wild, they don't like to be touched or handled really. So to be able to come out here and spend time with these eagles, that's what it's all about, and that's what it's about for them. And for them to let me spend time with them is a great honor, and I'm very grateful for that. When we take these eagles in, we take them in as part of the family. They're treated just like an elder.
After seeking grant funds and trying to start up operations of an aviary, there is a permitting process for the actual aviary operations. And it's a bureaucratic process. And so we had to meet a lot of criteria, and it took some time.
So the beauty of operating under this aviary permit, when tribes have this native religious use permit, is we actually can create our own feather distribution process within the tribe. It doesn't go out to the government. And so we actually created what we call a permit, because it doesn't need to be a request, because all of our tribal members can legally have feathers. And we're able to give those to our tribal members when we hand out an eagle feather, when they're sent out with those eagle feathers. And that gives them an extra layer of protection and proof of where their feathers were obtained from. You know, it's one of the most important things we do here, aside from saving their lives, is to be able to give our tribal members that access to eagle feathers.
I think that it would be good for all tribes to have an eagle aviary. Now, they could use that for their own purposes. I think that we've used ours to educate a lot of people.
I would say that if we could look to the future and something that we, the citizen Potawatomi Nation would definitely pursue, would be compacting a permitting process that now is under the authority of Fish and Wildlife Service, but really is something that a sovereign nation should be able to do on its own. Our nation in particular is very interested in taking that authority on and regulating and operating the program ourselves. But one thing that I would say in the partnership and ongoing obligation of the federal government, we would expect some technical assistance and partnership and support. That, again, the federal responsibility doesn't go away when we compact our programs. So we need to forge a partnership and troubleshoot together without having to have the ultimate approval from the federal government.
We didn't really know we would have this kind of community outreach and education that we do. It's really been a beautiful thing. We have thousands of people come through here a year, native and non-native, and we're able to share that culture and conservation with them, and they leave with they're so proud to be part of this community and to be able to come here and watch for these eagles we release and help us. That's what my hope is for our generations to come up. We have these younger generations that want to do this and that they learn the cultural side of things and why we need this facility for our religious practices and our ceremony.
So it's been a good attraction for the nation, a good investment. I have to say that when I looked at a small eagle, young eagle one time, and I thought, good heavens, we've made a commitment. And so we've made a huge commitment with this eagle aviary. It will be here as long as the tribe is here, which is going to be a long time.